This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we were trying to deal with this concept called as return cycle. Now, when we talk about this particular return cycle, so like I was trying to basically explain it, like we are going to be having our forward cycle executed. So we need to run the forward cycle, then only we can deal with the return cycle. So in forward cycle, we know the steps involved in it. Like first step would be the order. And once the sales order has been created, we try to work out with the outbound delivery. Then after this delivery is done, we try to work out with our billing concept. Now, once this billing has been done, so with reference to this billing document, we try to go for creating a returns order over here. With reference to this billing, we are going to be creating a returns order. Okay, and with reference to this returns order, we try to perform returns delivery. And with reference to this returns delivery, right now we are trying to issue a credit note, which we call it as a credit for returns. That's the next step. So these are the three things which are going to be getting involved up over here. So we need to create a returns order, returns delivery, and credit for returns. So when we try to talk about this returns cycle. Okay, when you talk about this return cycle. So this is what we do. So always remember returns order is going to be performed with reference to billing document. You're not going to be doing it with reference to any other document. Always it is going to be done with reference to a billing document itself. So I'm just trying to run the cycle. Now, first thing, I'm just trying to go for selling the product over here. So like we are working with YAOR as our document type, YSAM, M6, and Y4. So maintain our sold to party. Now material. So here, there's a product. So let's say I'm trying to sell around 5 units. Now, first thing, I'm just trying to run the forward cycle. So make sure the price is maintained up over here. And if you get in schedule lines, check out the delivery date and try to save this particular order. Shipping point determination. Superb. Okay. Okay. Now, once you get this particular thing, now try to save this particular order. Now, for this order, work out with the delivery. So if you get into VL01 and transaction code, okay. So we are trying to work with our forward delivery over here. Now do the picking where I'm trying to pick a stock of 5 units and do the PGI. So delivery has been done. In final step, we need to work out with the billing, VF01. So it is going to be delivery related billing concept. So once you click on enter, so we are trying to share a bill for total 5 units and there's a bill value. Now try to save this one as well. So billing document has been created. Now this is fine. Now, don't worry about this one. Now with reference to billing document, we need to create a returns order. So get into change mode, copy this billing document number and try to create a returns order. So VA01 document type user for returns is going to be taken as an RE. create with reference to billing document, maintain billing document number, and try to click on copy icon over here. So if you click on this copy, so all the data from billing document will be copied into our returns document. And how much stock we are trying to take back from the customer as return, we need to change that quantity information over here. Now let's say we are trying to pick 2 units. So I'm maintaining that 2 quantity and try to maintain the order reason why we are trying to take the goods back. So here I'm just trying to maintain within reason code damaged in transit. I'm maintaining some reason code. Now getting to item data, conditions tab. Now check out the values. Everything has been maintained up over here or not. And basically under schedule lines, check whether your scheduling category has been copied up as DN or not. Is the first thing. And if you click on this procurement tab over here, you need to also see the movement type. You don't see the movement type in delivery document. It will be copied in delivery document from the order. So check this movement type has been maintained up or not. So perform. Okay, just come back. Edit incompletion lock. And once we get this message, try to save it. So returns order will be created. Now for this returns order, perform returns delivery. So to perform returns delivery, get into VL01N. So maintain returns order number. All values remain the same, get into details. So if you want to know the document type, use it for returns order. Get into header data, and the document type information will be saved under administration tab. So check out the document type, which is taken as LR over here. LR. Now once you check out this one, come back to the main screen and try to perform check what is the movement type. So movement type is copied as 651. That's fine. And try to perform PGR. It's going to be not relevant for picking when you're trying to perform returns delivery. Because stock is coming back to the company as written, it's going to be not relevant for picking. It's going to be only relevant for returns. So that's the reason we try to call it as a PGR. Whenever stock is going out of the company, it's going to be relevant for picking. So click on the sports goods receipt. Returns delivery has been performed up over here. Okay, now try to work out with the billing. Last and final one, VF01. And here we are trying to issue a credit note. Okay, so in returns we have 2 processes. One, doing the replacement. Second, issue a credit note. Here we are trying to issue a credit note. And it is going to be the concept of order related billing. So click on enter. Your returns order document number is going to be getting copied. And there's a message we are getting it. No billing documents were generated, see log. And in case if you want to know what exactly went wrong, so click on edit, log, and there's a message. So our returns order has been blocked for billing, which need to be released. So to release this one, simply get into VF02 transaction, sorry, VA02. Okay, get into change mode of our order and do that particular release. So I'm just trying to release this billing block by maintaining it as blank and try to save it. Okay, now work out with the billing. So if you execute VF01 transaction code, it's going to be the concept of order related billing. You can see all the information has been copied up, and the document type use it for order related billing, RE. There's our billing document type. And for returns item category is going to be copied as what? REN. And try to save it. Done. So this is going to be the concept of issuing a credit note. Once you take the goods back from the customer as returns. This is what you need to know it. Okay. So this is the first scenario where we are trying to issue a credit note. Now we have a second scenario in this. So instead of issuing a credit note, what we do, we try to work out with the replacement process over here. We try to work out with the replacement. Now, what you mean by this replacement? We try to replace the product. So here in replacement process, replace the faulty product or replace the faulty product with a good one. Okay, now process remain the same. There will be no change in all these things till returns delivery. Till returns delivery when you work with the replacement cycle. Okay, so order sales, like first we need to run our forward cycle, then we need to work with the return cycle over here. Now once you take the goods back from the customer till returns delivery, I hope you are able to follow it. Now what next? Now we need to go for working out with the replacement order. Once you take the goods back, we need to work out with the replacement. So to work with the replacement with reference to this particular returns order, we are going to be creating a subsequent free of charge order. We are going to be creating subsequent free of charge order. That's going to be the next step. We try to call it as a subsequent free of charge. That's what you mean by replacement. Subsequent free of charge order. And this is always going to be created with reference to returns order. Is always going to be created with reference to a returns order. And the transaction code to work with this subsequent free of charge is going to be VA01, and the document type used over here is going to be taken as SCF. Subsequent free of charge. Okay, and we have an item category getting displayed for this. So item category will be copied as KLN, free of charge. And this KLN is nothing but combination of SCF plus item category group norm, usage blank, higher level item category blank, and we get KLN, which is going to be basically relevant for delivery. It's not going to be relevant for pricing or billing. We don't charge the customer for that because we have already charged the customer, so we don't do it. And schedule line category for this is going to be activated as CP. Now for this subsequent free of charge, you need to perform outbound delivery. You need to work with the outbound delivery, and the transaction code used for this VL01N, and delivery type is going to be taken as LF, which stands for standard delivery. And basically, we know when you work with standard delivery, it's going to be relevant for picking and it's going to be relevant for PGI. And movement type. So movement type over here is going to be copied as what? 601. Okay, movement type is going to be copied as 601 over here. So this is what we do. Okay, so for this, once again, I'm just trying to run the entire cycle and explain you the process. So starting with the forward cycle. So I'm just trying to work with the OR as our document type. So sold to party. So product, and this time I'm trying to sell 10 quantity over here. Now for this 10 quantity, make sure you update the price information. Schedule lines are there over here. Shipping tab, check out all that information and try to save this particular order. And for this order, work out with the delivery. So if you get into VL01N transaction code, so we are trying to work out with the outbound delivery where I'm trying to pick the stock and do the issue process. And final step would be the billing. So if you get into VF01, it's going to be delivery related billing, and billing has been done. Now, once you issue a bill, copy this particular billing document number and try to create a returns order. So VA01 document type used over here is going to be taken as RE, and we are trying to create it with reference to billing. So maintain this information and click on copy. So all the values from billing document is going to be copied up into our returns order. So try to maintain the reason code. Let's say this time because of poor quality, customer is trying to refund 2 units. So change that quantity And if you get into item data, check whether item category has been copied as Aryan or not. And if you get into conditions tab, you can look for the pricing. In case if company want to refund the money back, they can issue a credit note. Okay, in case. Under schedule lines, check out the date information. So perform edit in completion log and try to save this particular returns order. Now for this returns order, work with the returns delivery. So if you get into VL01N, so I'm trying to perform returns delivery. It's going to be not relevant for picking. Movement type will be copied as 651. So please observe this one and perform PGR. Okay, so PGR has been done. Now what next? Now we need to copy this returns order document number and try to create a subsequent free of charge. The document type used is going to be taken as SCF, and we are trying to create it with reference to a returns order. So maintain that returns order document number and click on copy. So all the values from returns order will be copied into subsequent free of charge. Now can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear.
Okay. I'm just trying to work with one transaction code. Okay, I want this document number. There's settings which are not maintained in the system. I'm just trying to activate it. No, I'm not speaking anything, man. I'm just trying to delete the lock entry so that the functionality is going to be getting more speed. Yeah. Now we need to do some settings over here. This copy control screen always is slow. It takes some time to open up. Okay. So here, select REN, get into details. This need to be changed to 303. To copy item and save it. Okay, now trying to create our subsequent free of charge order. So getting to VL01, document type SDF, create with reference to returns order. So maintain our returns order document. Now create in subsequent free of charge SCF with reference to returns order and click on copy. Superb, man. Too many parameters specified with perform. Okay. Let me try to run this particular cycle in another server and show you how this returns will be done. Shall take this one in a different server, and the servers on which I'm trying to practice workout seems to be not working properly. So this return cycle I try to continue in a different class. Just try to work with another concept, like the next concept would be how to issue a credit note. Now, why company need to issue any kind of a credit note? In case of company need to release any kind of payment to the customer, then it will be issuing a credit note. So how it need to be issued is what we need to know. So this is nothing but company will issue the credit note. Will issue the credit note to the customer. Now, just in this particular concept, what happens? Company will pay the money to the back. Company pays money back to the customer. Company pays money back to the customer. Now, how this particular process is going to be done? So we need to go for creating a credit memo request over here. That's the first thing. We need to go for creating a credit memo request. And for this, we use a transaction code BS01, and the document type is going to be taken as G2, or you can call it as CR. It stands for credit memo request over here. We need to create a request. And we have a specific item category getting displayed for this, which is going to be copied as G2N, which we try to call it as a credit memo item category. And how this item category is getting copied, this is nothing but combination of G2 or CR document type plus item category group norm, usage blank, high level item category blank, and we get G2N. And this item category is going to be basically relevant for pricing. It's going to be not relevant for delivery. It's going to be not relevant for delivery because we are not going to be issuing any kind of stock to the customer. It will be not relevant for delivery, but it's going to be relevant for billing. So as it is not relevant for delivery, you will be not seeing any information related to schedule lines. So there will be no schedule lines concept which are going to be coming up over here. There is no concept of schedule lines. Now, what information the schedule line will be holding up? Delivery date and the confirmed quantity. So that information is going to be not shown up. And then you try to go for issuing of a credit note directly. So to issue a credit note, we use a transaction code BF01, and the billing type is going to be taken as G2, which stands for credit memo. Now, this document type is different and this document type is different. This is going to be our sales document type, and this is going to be our billing document type. And this is going to be the concept of order related billing. It's not going to be delivery related billing because there is no delivery which is getting involved up. So it's a concept of order related billing concept over here. So that's what we need to know how it works out. So it's going to be a simple process. So we need to create a credit memo request and we need to issue a credit note for that. Now I'm just trying to run the same thing. So create an credit memo request using BS01 document type CR. This is not going to be with reference to billing. So this is the customer to whom we try to issue a credit note. So maintain the values. Now for which material, maintain that material quantity, target quantity. It's not going to be order quantity. And how much amount you want to refund it back? Get into item data. First, observe the item category has been copied up as G2N or not. Get into conditions tab and refund that money. So let's say I'm trying to refund around 20,000 rupees over here. Okay, that is what I'm trying to update it. And there will be no schedule lines tab because this product is not relevant for delivery. You don't see any kind of schedule lines. So come back to the main screen, edit, incompletion log. Now there is an order reason which we need to maintain it. So I'm just trying to maintain prices are too high. That's the reason we are trying to refund the money back. Okay. So maintain some order reason and try to save this credit memo request over here. Now, once you have created this credit memo request, now go for issuing of a credit note. So VF01 is the transaction code. And as I mentioned, it's order related billing. So credit memo request document number has been copied up over here. Now, once you click on enter, there's a message we are going to be getting it. No billing documents were generated, see log. And in case if you want to know what exactly went wrong, so click on edit, log, we come to know. This particular credit memo request has been blocked for billing, which need to be released. So what user need to do? You need to basically get into change mode of credit memo request and remove this particular billing block which has been activated. Leave that particular field as blank and save it. And now if you issue a credit note, now why this billing block is getting activated? We need to get an approval from our senior manager. Okay, so whenever we try to create a credit memo, it need to be getting approved. Then only we can release it. So that's the reason we are having this particular billing block. Now, if you get into details, document type used for credit memo is going to be taken as G2. That's the quantity value which we are trying to refund it. So check this information and save this one. And save this one. That's it. So this is the concept of credit memo issuing. Now, if you look for the document controls, VOV8. So pick up document type CR. And if you get into details of the CR document type, the first field document category has been activated as K, where K stands for credit memo request over here. That's the first thing you need to observe. And next thing, if you just come down, it's going to be not relevant for delivery. So shipping tab is going to be left blank. It's only relevant for billing. And what type of billing? We try to call it as an order related billing. So we have a billing document type which has been maintained as G2, and there is a billing block also which has been specified up over here. We want it need to be blocked for billing, so it has been maintained up over here. So these are the things you need to observe in credit memo requests, like SD document category need to be activated as K. Then order related billing type. Order related billing type need to be specified as G2. And there is a billing block which is being maintained up. So that's the reason by default, it will be getting blocked. And then we are going to be working with item category controls. So if we get into VOV7 transaction code, where we define our item categories. So item category G2N. And if we get into details of this G2N, this billing relevance has been maintained as C, where C stands for order related billing. It's not going to be the concept of delivery related billing. It's the concept of order related billing, which has been maintained up. Okay. This is one thing you need to observe, and it is going to be relevant for pricing. It has been marked by rule X over here. And as I mentioned, it's not relevant for delivery. So you can see the schedule lines allowed is not active. It's not relevant for delivery. So these are the things you need to check it out. So here we have this particular field, billing relevance has been maintained as C, where it stands for order related billing. Rest of the things remain the same. Now here I'm just trying to give you an assignment. The assignment is what are the accounting entries? What are the accounting entries when credit memo is issued? What are the accounting entries when credit memo is issued? Which account is going to be debit? Which account is going to be credit? I want an answer for that. And this is going to be what they try to ask you in the interview related to this credit note. So what are the accounting entries when credit memo is issued? Which account is going to be debit? Which account is going to be getting credit? So these things are very common. We know how to work with the cycle. As I mentioned, we don't have anything related to delivery. You just need to create a credit memo request and you need to issue a credit note for that. Okay. So let me stop it over here. So tomorrow we try to continue that returns in a different server and work with debit note and work with invoice correction concept. How to correct the invoice and reissue it to the customer.